Yes, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight on Meaningful Conversations. We're going to get started in a few moments. We're going to give folks a few moments to jump on and join us.
There you go.
You doing all right tonight?
Much better than I was doing yesterday.
Very good. Very good. Yes, we're
Each
going to get
day.
started here in a few moments, everyone, giving everyone a chance to jump on and join us. Thank you for being here with us tonight on Meaningful Conversations. I think we have a great topic to discuss tonight,
Mhm.
something that's really been burning in my heart for a long time.
Mhm.
But we were just building over the past several weeks, just building, encouraging, preparing. Now it's time for us to really start talking about accountability, right?
Mm.
And how we get to where we hope to be, desire to be. Um, and I believe tonight's message is a good way to segue into our next phase of topics that we'll be talking about over the next several weeks. Hi, Rhea. Good to see you, fam.
Maria.
Yes, we're going to get started here in a few moments. Tonight, we're talking about how we normalize dysfunction. We
Mm.
normalize dysfunction way too much, right? We're going to talk about what that looks like and how we can change that, right? How we can adjust and begin to tear down those barriers, get over
Yeah.
those obstacles, right? And begin to rebuild, our homes, our relationships, our communities, right? Because this is all about community.
Yeah.
We all are designed to be, to live, to play, to work in community.
Hmm.
Um, so this is about us improving our community. And to improve our community, we got to get rid of some of the dysfunction. There's too much dysfunction that we have just normalized. It just feels normal because we are
Yeah.
desensitized, right, to a lot of stuff that goes on. We are bombarded by it on news, social media, in our personal circles. We talk about these things all the time,
Yeah.
and we talk about it like it's nothing, right? Like it's just a part of life. And we got to make those changes. We got to make
Yeah.
those changes. Alexa, pause.
Alexa just playing.
Yes, yes, beautiful, beautiful music. Hey,
Is that
brother
the
Easter.
actor?
That's brother Easter. How you doing,
Lights,
sir?
camera, action.
Yes. So once again, thank you for joining us tonight. If you haven't had an opportunity to go out to
Hey,
our
Toby.
YouTube page, Meaningful Conversations with Dr. Devin Oten, and subscribe, hit that bell so you're alerted when we go live or when I drop videos during the week. Please like, share with family and friends. We'd really love to continue to grow the channel and really feed the algorithm where YouTube will share our content with more people around the world, and they'll come in and be encouraged and be supported and be blessed
Yeah.
by the content that we share. So, once again, tonight, myself, Michelle, we're talking about we normalize too much dysfunction.
Ooh, child.
We normalize it too much. And we're going to get into some specifics, right, about what dysfunction looks like in our communities and how we can make some amends, how we can make some changes. So people are exhausted right now. We're exhausted by the constant violence that we see, uh,
Yeah.
the broken communication, bad communication, lack of communication that we have, in our relationships, on the job,
Yeah.
with our friends, our circle of friends, in our family, the division that we experience on a daily basis. We feel isolated because we feel so divisive in certain groups that we're in, just the toxic relationships
Mm-hmm.
that we're a part of, and we've normalized it. For us, it's just normal. Okay, it's just every day. This is how it's going to be, and it should not be so. It
No.
it does not have to be so. Uh, we people are tired of the disrespect, right? Online disrespect, offline disrespect.
Yep.
People are tired of the financial instability that they
Mm-hmm.
experience in every single day in their life, right? And what we have going on in this country right now has exacerbated financial challenges that people have, right? The cost of gas, the cost of food, everything
Food,
is going
gas.
up right now. And families are feeling the squeeze from rising costs, from
Yeah.
inflation. And at this point, we've normalized it, right? We like, okay, well, this is just a part of life. And we need to talk about it doesn't have to be normal. It doesn't have to be normalized. This dysfunction does not have to be normalized. We have to get out, and Brother Easter will appreciate this because he's heavily involved in our chapter in terms of our voter registration efforts. Get out and vote on the local level, right? State
Yeah.
level, and of course on the national level to make those changes. Talk to people in other communities because they're hurting too. And maybe they don't know how to express it, how to share it, how to say it.
Mm.
But it's financial instability. People are exhausted and emotional numbness. A lot of us are numb to our
Wow.
emotions right now because of all the stuff swirling around, all the stuff happening around us on the job, right? In the news cycle. When we get home, it just never stops. Even in our
Yeah.
sleep, we are suffering
Wow.
from emotional numbness.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing
Yeah.
is, a lot of this has become normal to us.
Yeah.
So, what happens when dysfunction becomes culture? What happens when dysfunction becomes a part of the culture?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm certain you all have seen this on some level, right?
Yeah.
This dysfunction has become a part of our culture. We got to change it. You and I have to do
Yes,
something
Lord.
about it
Yes,
to
Lord.
change it, right? So, tonight we want to talk about awareness,
Mm-hmm.
healing, accountability, and community restoration. Just because something is common doesn't mean that it's healthy.
Yeah.
That's what has happened.
Yeah.
It's become so normal that we look at it and we don't understand that it's very unhealthy for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're experiencing it every day. It's causing stress, it's causing anxiety, it's causing division, like we talked about earlier. It's causing a number of ills, creating instability in our homes and in our communities.
Yeah.
So just because it's common, we see it all the time, doesn't mean that it's healthy for us.
Yeah.
So some behaviors have become so common in our communities that we barely or very rarely question them anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so common, we don't even think about it. We don't bat an eye. We don't question it. We don't think about challenging it, right? And a good example is uh, for my generation, Generation X, correcting children that may not be your children, right? When we
Mm-hmm.
were growing
Mm-hmm.
up, every adult in the neighborhood had the right to correct your butt.
Yep.
And a lot of them had the right to tear your butt up and call your mom, your grandmother, and say, hey, look, I just told Devin butt up. He on his way home. This is what happened. And guess what's going to happen when you get home? You're
You're
going to
gonna
get your
get
butt
another
tore
one.
up again. That was a part of the culture, right? Of us policing ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, you can't tell your neighbor's child anything. If you do, it's going to be a fight, a scrap, a lawsuit. I mean, it's going to be some problems,
The
right?
adults are going to be fighting, and the
Yes,
children are going to
it's
be
going to be a
standing
problem.
watching the adults fighting.
It's going to be a
Yeah,
problem.
that's crazy.
So we see these behaviors. They've become so common in our communities. We rarely even think about questioning it, talking about it, making some decisions to make changes.
Yeah.
Just a constant conflict, emotional shutdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people have shut down on their job emotionally, shut down in their relationship, shut down at home,
Yeah.
uh, don't want to get involved in the community, just shut down.
Yeah.
Financial chaos is reigning all over this country. Disrespect is at an all-time high as far as I'm concerned.
Everybody's just on edge, like they're ready just to
Yes.
snap at you. It can be something small, but they're ready.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're experiencing a lot of division, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of violence, right? And we're from a place, we grew up in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
per capita, one of the most violent cities in the United States, right? And it was normalized. Seeing murders on TV every single day, somebody in the community being impacted one way or another by it.
Yeah.
We just normalize it, that
Yeah.
dysfunction, right?
Yep.
So at some point, dysfunction has stopped shocking us and we started feeling normal about it. So in this episode of Meaningful Conversations tonight, we'll explore the danger of normalizing unhealthy patterns
Yeah.
and why healing begins when you and I finally acknowledge what's broken.
Wow.
Once we acknowledge what's broken,
Wow.
right? I want you to think about this.
Wow.
I want you to think about this. What becomes normal
Mm-hmm.
eventually becomes generational.
Mm.
We talk about those generational curses in the church all the time, right? We call it generational curses, but a lot of it is just us normalizing certain behavior, allowing certain behavior
Yeah.
in our households, which eventually trickles out into our community and it becomes generational. I'll give you a good example. Grew up in a project as a kid, and I saw families in that project where the boys and girls who grew up in that project got their own apartment in
In
the
the project.
project,
Yeah.
had their kids,
Yeah.
and their kids said, you know what, we gonna stay in the project too. Okay.
And it's not just in the Black community.
No,
We think
no,
that it's just us
no,
because we're around mostly just us. It's in all races, all communities.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good point to bring up.
Yeah.
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 So, what we allow, the dysfunction that we allow to be normalized,
Mm-hmm.
it eventually becomes generational.
Yeah.
We got to cut the head off of the snake, right? So this doesn't go on to the next generation. So once again, if you hadn't had a chance to go out to our YouTube channel and subscribe, please do so. Hit that bell so you are alerted when we go live or when we drop some videos, put some content out there. Please like, please share on the channel as well, because that will help our algorithm, help us continue to grow the channel and get more people. If you think
Yeah.
this content is good, help us get more people to find this content and follow us and be a part of this community that we have created. So I have a question for you, which I always do. So let me just ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What have I accepted as normal that really isn't healthy? What have you and I accepted that's not normal? We accepted it as normal, but it's
But
not
it's not
healthy for
healthy.
us. It's not healthy for us. I want you to think about that. You don't have to answer it now. You can jump in the chat and answer that. What
Yeah.
have we accepted as normal that really isn't healthy? Because
Mm.
sometimes dysfunction doesn't enter boldly, loudly. It doesn't
Mm.
jump in boldly and loudly. Yeah, I used to share this all the time when I was pastoring, that in the Hebrew text, which is the Old Testament, um, there were certain cultural things that they did in the community. For instance, the elders, the older men in the community, they were responsible for sitting in the gate of the city, whatever city they were in Judah, Israel, wherever. It was their job as older men to sit in the gates of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
their only job was to all day watch what came in and
Mm.
watch what went out of the
Mm-hmm.
city,
Mm-hmm.
of the town, of the community. If it was something that they knew they did not want in their community, they did not allow it to come into their community.
Wow.
If it was something that was leaving their community that they knew wasn't supposed to leave their community, they stopped it from leaving their community. Those are the grandfathers, the great grandfathers.
Yeah.
So let me tell you the trick of the devil. The devil said, you know what? Because I want to be able to come and go freely in your community, I have to remove the grandfather and the great
Wow.
grandfathers. So, how do I remove them? By removing the father. So he never
Mm,
becomes a
a
grandfather
grandfather.
or a great
Yeah.
grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not trying to preach tonight.
Yes, you are, baby. Guess what?
So sometimes
Yeah.
dysfunction slowly comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't come in loudly, proudly, boldly. Sometimes it's real sneaky,
Hmm.
right? And then we stop questioning it because it kind of moves
Mm.
slowly. We kind of ignore it, don't pay much attention to it. Like having a slight headache. You don't pay much attention to it. But then when
Mm-hmm.
that migraine hits you, it's
Yep.
like, okay, I got
Yep.
to get something
Yep.
for this migraine, right? So tonight, we're talking about the things we've normalized that may be hurting our families,
Mm-hmm.
our
Mm-hmm.
relationships,
Why you looked at me when you said
and our
relationship?
communities. You don't want me to look at you when I'm talking?
Mm.
So, a couple of points we want to look at tonight. Repeated exposure desensitizes people.
Repeated
Yeah,
exposure.
you keep getting exposed to certain things
Mm-hmm.
and you become desensitized to certain things, right?
Yeah.
Because you expose, it's just normal. You see it all the time. It's just happening all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a great example. Uh, as Black people in this country, we are desensitized to a great extent to racism because we have dealt with racism and
Yeah.
inequity and all of those things that come with it all of our life, right?
Yeah.
So we are desensitized to it. We don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Matter of fact, we do things to protect ourselves and don't even realize that we do it. We walk into a room and we have to make those who don't look like us comfortable. You feel like it's your job
Mm.
to make them comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And you don't even
Yeah.
realize how much that's stressing you out, how much pressure that's putting on you,
Yeah.
how much it's taking away from the true essence of who you are, right?
Mm. Wow.
I think that's a good example.
Wow.
So, psychological research shows repeated exposure to unhealthy behavior reduces emotional responses
Mm-hmm.
over
Mm-hmm.
a period of time. So, psychological
Hmm.
research shows that the more you get exposed to unhealthy behavior,
Mm-hmm.
it reduces your emotional response over time. Some women have been in abusive relationships and they're desensitized. It's
Yeah.
normalized form,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the devil even got them thinking they deserve
Yeah.
to be treated in a certain way.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you don't love me if you
If
don't
you don't,
if you
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah, yeah,
abuse
yeah,
me in
yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yes.
Yes, exactly,
Yes.
Dr. K. The Stockholm Syndrome. Yes, absolutely. Remember, we
Yeah.
talked about this 6 months ago. We got to give everything a name. Thank you
Mm.
for that, Dr. K.
Wow.
We got to give it a name. If you don't give it a name, you don't know how to address it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't
Yeah.
give it what its purpose is, you will
Yeah.
not be able to address it, take advantage of it, get rid of it, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So, what shocks us today can become normal tomorrow. What shocks you and I today can become normal tomorrow.
Mm.
So, trauma often creates unhealthy coping patterns, right?
Mm.
We just talked about or used the illustration of a woman being abused in a relationship. So, communities under stress can normalize survival behaviors that eventually become destructive. Do we have
Yeah.
some folks jumped in with some notes,
Yes, we
with some
do.
comments?
We have cousin
Share those.
Chandra.
Share those with us.
Hey, cousin. Let me see if I can find where it's at. Hold on. Wait a minute. I think she mentioned, let's see, we're stressing over things that's not worthy of my thought process. That was the first question that you actually
Mm-hmm.
asked about. What are you normalizing?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Stressing over the things. Say that
Yeah,
again.
stressing over things that's not worthy of our thought process.
Man, what's important about that, Dr. Tandra, is that last week on the podcast, we talked about protecting your energy.
Yeah.
You know, we got to protect our energy. We got to make sure that we don't allow people to come in, circumstances, situations to come in and disrupt our flow.
Wow.
It can take so much from our lives, right? And I can remember making a decision about quality of life some years ago. My kids were still young, single father raising my kids.
Hmm.
I was working a lot, had a lot of stuff going on, was partner in a publishing firm up in Chicago. So was traveling a lot back and forth Chicago to conferences all over the country.
Hmm.
Had the landscaping business, had the real estate ventures firm, had a lot of stuff going, pastoring a church. Um, and I remember I had to make a decision, which was a quality of life decision. And with that quality of life decision, I lost a lot of income, right? A lot of money.
Mm.
But of course, my life changed in so many different ways, right? I didn't have the stress that I once had. I was able to do a lot more, if you will,
Hmm.
with my
Hmm.
children and in the communities that I served as a pastor, as well as the community in which I lived. But remember, trauma often creates unhealthy coping patterns,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
communities that are under duress, under stress, will normalize
Hmm.
survival behaviors that eventually become destructive in one way or another. Survival patterns are not always healthy patterns. A lot of us,
Survival patterns are not always healthy patterns.
yeah, and a lot of us don't even realize that
Yeah.
we are in a survival pattern. We're in a survival
Fight. We're
pattern
fighting.
every single day.
We're fighting.
And that's not healthy, right?
No.
I mean, even in the military, there are times where you have to. Matter of fact, when I was on active duty, I don't know how it is now, but when I was on active duty, you got 30 days of vacation each year.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
military wanted you to take the 30 consecutive days. They wanted you to go and be gone. They didn't want you breaking it up 2 days here, 1 week here, two. Nope, nope, nope. 30 straight days take
Yeah.
off. They wanted you to unplug, spend time with your family uh, before you came back, right? To get back into the fight, get back into the fray, get back into training because you're always
Those 30
training.
days.
Yeah,
Huh?
30 days, right?
So you're
Yes.
let's see. Rob. Hi,
Yes.
Rob.
Yes. Rob is an Air Force veteran. Matter of fact, retired. Let me see. Normalizing dysfunction is spot on. What a
Yeah.
strong statement. I dare say it's becoming a mantra for our country.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
classmate Simone West Jeff, class of 86, making wrong right.
Making wrong right. Yes, Simone, we sat next to each
Yes,
other.
we did at their
And
class
yes,
reunion.
yes. Good to see you. Thank you for
Yeah, I
joining
have
us.
something from Keisha. I'm trying to get to it.
Keisha Masoro.
Keisha, neighbor Keisha.
Okay, okay.
Let's see if I can get to it, Keisha.
Well,
My
that's
bad.
my
Let me see.
fraternity. That's my
Brother,
fraternity brother,
sister.
sister.
And Tandra also says psychology research reduces our emotional responses.
Yeah.
Okay. Keisha wants to ask the question. Do you think because we are so used to the big issues in the world that we constantly ignore the small but consistent dysfunctional issues in our relationships?
You know, that's a
Wow.
really good question. And that's very possible. It's very possible,
Yeah.
that you can be And this administration uses those sort of tactics, right, to distract you from the
Yeah.
things that you really need to be giving energy to.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be distracted, worried about uh, the Strait of Hormuz and, oil coming through there, and
And
gas
yeah,
prices. And
yeah,
man, every time I go get a
yeah,
gallon of milk, oh man, you just distracted with all those things.
yeah,
And you got
yeah,
some small things at home that you really need to be addressing, but you're distracted. Your energy is going to something that's not beneficial or profitable at that time. I absolutely agree. That is very possible that that could happen.
this is a good point from cousin Tandra.
Hmm.
She said protecting her energy. That's where she's at now.
Hmm.
Everyone is not allowed to come with her on her next chapter.
Absolutely. Everybody can't
Well,
go with
journey
you.
in life. So
Yeah.
yeah, chapter journey.
Everybody cannot go with you, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. Everyone is there in your life for a season,
Mm-hmm.
for a time. We use the term for a time such as this.
Yeah.
People in your life for a season, for a time, and that's okay. They have to move on to their assignment, and you and I have to move on to our next
Yeah.
assignment, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
So the next thing, okay, Dr. K, and as Black people and Brown people, we are born in a survival pattern. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And, I can very, what's the word, vehemently agree, because we grew up in the South.
Yeah.
We grew up in the deep South. People think Jim Crow went away with the Civil Rights Act. No, baby, it became even
What you
more
say, baby? No,
prominent.
baby.
It became even more prominent, right? Um, there's just a lot of stress. You had to be careful as a young Black man. Where you went. Uh, you had to conduct yourself a certain way, or it would be perceived as
Yep.
aggressive, and you just were under this constant stress, and it was normalized. We didn't even realize we were under this stress. We
Ooh.
just knew it was a part of life
Yeah.
for us. So yes, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
dysfunction, it spreads culturally.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I can't wait to get into some of these questions that I have, because I got some answers or responses that I want to throw out there.
All right now.
But dysfunction spreads culturally. Children
Mm.
often inherit emotional
Mm-hmm.
behaviors,
Mm-hmm.
financial behaviors, relational behaviors,
Mm-hmm.
and patterns that they repeatedly observe. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that was in my family, and I pray to God that it ends, here coming with my granddaughters coming up, that we don't have children out of wedlock. We got to stop that.
Mm.
2 and 3 babies and no husband, and no father figure. Remember, the
Mm.
goal is to make sure we don't have grandfathers and great grandfathers in our communities. Only way you can do that is you have to remove the father.
Mhm.
Okay. So children, they inherit all of that. What is normalized becomes generational.
Yeah.
Mama wasn't
Yeah.
married and had children. Daughter may not get married and have children. Granddaughter may get have children and not
Mm.
get married. It just becomes normalized, right?
Yeah.
Um, the men in the community, you know, they don't have a vision, right, to be a
Mm-hmm.
husband and to be a protector and be a provider. Because guess what? They didn't see their dad do it. Never knew their grandfather. It just becomes normal. It becomes a part of the culture, if you will.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that every Black family, every predominantly Black and Brown community suffers from these ills, but we
Mm-hmm.
have enough of it going around that we need to talk about that dysfunction.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is normalized becomes generational. We got to stop it. Accountability and healing must coexist.
Accountability and healing.
Accountability and healing must coexist. Do we have any other
Yeah.
chat that jumped in? Okay, here we go. Normalizing dysfunction is causing people to be in that unhealthy survival mode. And this causes meltdowns,
Meltdowns,
breakdowns, and
breakdowns.
oftentimes creates chaos
Yes.
and crisis. We are forgetting how to unplug and reset,
Yes.
but sadly, we're not being allowed to unplug. Scary for society and our world. Yes, thank you for that, Rob.
Because we're constantly going. I
Mhm.
talk to people, case in point, commuters. They leave 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, commute 2.5 hours in traffic,
Mhm.
work 8, 9 hours a day, maybe get off about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, another 2.5, 2.5, sometimes 3, if there's an accident, God forbid. So by the time they're getting home, they don't have a chance to actually unplug and reset.
Mhm.
And this becomes normal behavior for
Mhm.
them. And that's where the meltdowns,
Mhm.
the crisis,
Mhm.
the breakdowns, the dysfunction, the relationship with
Mhm.
your spouse, relationship with your children. You just find you just never have enough time because you're trying to survive,
I
you know.
can I can remember when I was working for the radio stations uh, in San Francisco,
Mhm.
and I was on the road
All the time.
all day, every day, going from
Can't even
city to city.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's how you learn the area.
Yeah, we lived in Fremont, we lived in San Jose, lived in Albany, and was traveling all across the Bay.
Yep.
I was even going servicing clients in Central Valley,
Where is that again?
Modesto,
Modesto?
down in that area, on the road all day, every day, and sometimes 7 days a week, depending on conferences and events that was going on in the city or in the Bay Area. So it made me think of that when you were talking about folks commuting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's hard.
Mhm.
And then if you are off on the weekends, they go by so fast, you know. On the weekend, you still don't get a chance to unplug and reset.
Well, you got stuff to do
Yep,
on the weekends, personally,
yep,
for family, and then some of us, even though we may be off, we're still working on the weekend, still
yep,
responding to emails and different situations.
yep.
So accountability and healing must coexist.
Yes, Keisha. Did
What
you
did
just say
Keisha
that?
say?
Oh, that's what she just said.
Okay. Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
said the same thing you
Hmm.
said.
Yeah. Yep. So accountability and healing must coexist. People need compassion, they need empathy, they need all of those things.
Yeah.
But communities also need accountability.
Mm.
Yeah, we need compassion, we need empathy, we need emotional intelligence. We need all of that, but we also need accountability,
Yeah.
right? Got to be accountable. I've used this story before. I'll use it again, just coming to the top of my head. I can remember the church I was pastoring, we bought uh, this property, this warehouse that we were renovating to move our church headquarters, sanctuary, all of that to the Gentile community in New Orleans. And when we moved there, of course, I'm doing landscaping around the property. We did new, siding and shutters and all of that. We were beautifying the property.
Mm-hmm.
And, we had a couple of neighbors, residents where they just would throw trash all
I
over
know
the
you mentioned
place.
that before.
So trash, would come over on the church property, whatever. So I went and had a conversation, but I went and had a conversation with brand new trash cans with me and said, "Hey guys, we want to keep our community uh, beautiful. We want to keep it clean. We want property values to increase in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And as a pastor, I promise to you, we will do everything we can to bring value to this community.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the
Mm-hmm.
things we need to do is keep, we got to put trash in the trash can. So, several neighbors, I bought them brand new trash cans. Say, here's a new trash can. Please don't be offended. But this is what we believe. This is what we're looking to do. And we hope you understand, et cetera, et cetera. And all of those neighbors, they accepted that. They was like, okay, yeah, that's nice. That's kind. And they started putting their trash in the trash can. And we began to reduce the trash all over the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we got to be accountable. We got to hold people accountable. Stop being afraid in our own communities, right? So people need compassion.
You felt that, huh?
Yeah. But
Sure.
communities also need accountability. Healing, if we're going to heal,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it requires honesty.
Oh, shy.
If we are going to heal, we got to be honest with
Yes.
ourselves, right? We got to be honest.
Mm.
The delusion is it's just incredible to me. The delusion is unbelievable to me. There's no the lack of honesty with ourselves
Yeah.
is it's
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. Okay?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unacceptable. Your mama come to your house and tell you it smell up in here and you need to clean it up. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. That's your mama. She trying to help you. I used to tell people that all the time when I was pastor. When I preach, I say, look, people, I am here to help you, not hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here to help you, not hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Please understand that. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you overcome a lot of things that you have had to overcome and
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily know how to overcome. But guess what? God sent me here to help you overcome some of these obstacles, right? So we're in this
Mm-hmm.
together. I'm here to help you get this stuff done, right?
Yeah.
So we always have a faith centered perspective. And tonight the faith centered perspective is transformation starts with awareness.
Hmm.
Transformation starts with being aware.
And this
I
has
see
nothing to
Dr.
do with
K.
age.
I see Dr. K. Thank you for your service. Yes, you're welcome, and thank you for acknowledging that. Let me see: honesty, transparency, communication, and support. Yes, thank you for saying that, because yes, we have to put support in there, right? Because sometimes we feel that we're just being attacked, and
Mm.
we have to understand how to communicate properly. That I'm not here to attack you. I am here to support you, though,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to uphold you, right?
Hmm.
In your foolishness and your nonsense. No, I'm going to support you, but I'm not going to uphold you.
And some people take that, um, they become offended by it.
Hmm.
And of course, as a, what am I trying to say? A defense for them is,
Hmm.
you think you're better than me.
Yeah,
They start throwing
yeah,
jabs at you,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And a lot of times I feel that when they do start snapping on you and throwing jabs or what have you, they know that the change needs to happen.
Hmm.
And it's hard,
Hmm.
especially when you have to face that man that's looking back at you
Oh, that woman, right?
or that woman.
Hmm.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's really, really hard. It's
yeah.
real hard.
So you cannot heal what you refuse to confront.
Yeah.
You can't heal it if you refuse to confront what it is. If you're not being honest with yourself, right?
Yeah.
Being honest with yourself, taking an account, taking a personal account,
Mm-hmm.
taking a
Mm-hmm.
look at yourself, what you've done, what you're doing, what's working, what's not working, where you can improve. Man, we have to do assessments, right?
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
have to do it constantly, not once a year, you know. Matter of fact, in a lot of cases, we probably need to be doing assessments daily.
Ooh.
I could have
Yeah.
responded a lot better in that situation.
Yes. No, on the spot.
Hmm.
on the spot, because I
Yeah.
find myself doing that a lot.
Yeah.
When it comes out, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What did
shouldn't
I
have said
just
that.
say? I should not have said that.
Mhm.
This is what I meant to say. And immediately rectify it, correct it.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, let me see. Rob Drum's trying to help you not
To
hurt
go,
you.
go one
Goes
ear
in
and out
one
the
ear and
other.
out the other.
With a
With
13
my
and a 9.
13 and a 9-year-old. Yeah, they're not trying to hear that, Rob.
Mm-mm,
Let's see.
mm-mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
but I bring that same dad energy to my classes at Oak Brook, and I truly believe it has and is making a difference with some. It's absolutely making a difference,
Yeah.
Rob, with the kids
Yeah.
uh, at Oak Brook. Definitely, I know they were excited. The classes that I was in, they were excited to see you come in there, and you have such a unique way of teaching music to them. I wish I had a music teacher like that when I was in first, second, third grade, right? Because I started playing drums in the fourth grade, fourth or fifth grade. I think it was fourth grade. And the music instructor we had, uh, he was a little different. He was a little different. All right, so we got some questions we want to get to.
All right.
How long have we been on? Oh, we've been on a while.
Come on.
So let me get
Give me
through
something
this.
to think about.
First question: what unhealthy behaviors have become normalized in your community, in our community?
Shootings,
What unhealthy behaviors have become normalized in our community? So violence,
violence.
violence. Mhm,
Everyone is pulling out their cell phones
mhm.
to video.
So you know what? You jump right into the deep end of the pool.
I did.
You know what I was going to start off with?
What?
I was going to start off with the term CP time.
Oh, I went way
Color people time.
to the left.
Color people time. What unhealthy behavior have become normalized in our community? People use that all the time. Color people time.
There's some Filipinos that use a term sort of similar to that.
Yeah, yeah.
That I just,
We don't want to normalize that.
That ain't
Okay,
no, yeah.
we don't want to
That's
normalize that. Okay,
yeah.
we do things on time, right? We do things in excellent fashion,
Yeah.
right? In a sustainable manner,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing we got to get that out.
That's a good one, Dr. K.
Also, what goes on in the house stays in the house. Yeah, yeah. That cloak of cover, we want to keep it in the dark, right? And of course, the scripture tells us what's in the dark shall come to the light. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes. What goes on in the house. This prevents children from seeking help when they're being abused. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Cheryl said that, hey, Cheryl, there's levels to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Spirituality, educationally, life experience, relationships, low self-esteem, etc. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now here's another one that really bothers the heck out of me. Baby daddies and baby mamas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That baby daddy, baby mama drama. That unhealthy behavior it's been normalized, right? A mother who has a problem with the father, she's decided, and this is not in all cases now, okay? She's decided, okay, I will not let the father have access to his children. I will not allow him to spend time with his children. I just want to get that child support, and you can stay away. Okay?
Yeah.
Once again, removing the father from the life of his children. That's some behavior that we got. Yes, using.
Yeah.
Yes, we can't use our kids as leverage, right?
Yeah.
No, that's a normalized behavior that has to end. Same thing with baby daddies.
Yep.
Don't want to support the children.
Talk bad about the mama.
Yeah,
Took
talking
around
bad
the
about
children, cursed the mama out, and all kind
that-
of B's and H's and
that baby daddy drama, that
ain't
baby
working.
mama drama got to go. We've normalized that too much. We've seen it and we just ignore it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rob says, if only we could say people time.
Mm-hmm.
No color, just people. We're all the same on the inside. Yes.
We
Yes.
definitely are the same on the inside. That's for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
That is for sure.
Okay. What's another one? One that really agitates me
What?
also is the dating drama that I'm seeing.
Mm.
And I'm able to see it up close and personal
Mm-hmm.
with our children, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Dating drama.
yeah, dating drama. For instance,
Mm-hmm.
we got a lot of young women running around, and
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say a lot. It may not be a lot,
Just
but
some women.
it
Yeah.
seems like a
Mm-hmm.
problem to me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, a young man wants to go out with them, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, if you want to go out with me, cash at me so I can get my nails done, get my hair done, get my makeup done. Um, and see, that's part of the reason why we need fathers in the house, in the
Mm-hmm.
lives of the
Mm-hmm.
children.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for me, raising my daughter, it's like, no, 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 no. I'm the man who take care of all of that until you get a man that you marry, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's some drama, that's some behavior that has to end. My son, he and I, we talk about this quite a bit, him dating.
Mm-hmm.
And, he gives me these horror stories, man. He's dating a young lady, and 2 weeks into them talking, are you going to pay half my rent? Are you going to pay my cell phone bill? And he's like, click, and we don't talk anymore. That's some behavior. We have normalized that.
Yeah.
We have normalized it. The thing going around, these videos that go viral, where a woman who the guy was taking to the cheesecake factory on the
Oh,
first
and she
date,
was
and she was
pissed.
like, "Oh no, you take me to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, a Michelin 5-star restaurant." I was like, what? You know what? I saw a video the other day. The lady was talking about, hey, look, if a guy wants to take you on a coffee date, do not go with him. What he's saying is you're not worth nothing but a cup of coffee.
Oh, that ain't true.
Come on now, I want to get to know you, right?
That's
I
why.
just want to talk. And what is this? I got to spend 200. They asked one lady, how much should a guy spend on the first date? One lady said $250
For what?
minimum on the first date. That's a nice dinner. That's dessert. That's drinks, whatever. $250. Come on, people.
Yeah.
This behavior that we are normalizing, and we don't even bat an eye at it. We see it, and we don't even consider it. Nah, we got to start talking to these young men, these young
Mm-hmm.
women. No,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
is not how we do this. This is
Yeah.
not how this is done. We got to change the culture, right? Who told you need all them long lashes? Who told you need all that paint on your face? Who told you that?
My little skin glowing a little.
Yeah, it is. I told you that last week.
Cheryl said, that's looking at Mama Cheryl. Mental health affects responses. I think that's something that we should get away from as well.
Yeah,
Not seeking.
yeah. We're going to talk about that mental health
Yeah.
issue as well. Yes.
Yeah.
We
The
see
younger
Dr. K,
people and some
social
older
media.
people are very materialistic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you miss out on a great
Yeah.
opportunity, miss out on a great person, because
Yeah.
you're being materialistic.
That baby mama, baby daddy drama, like
Yeah.
Cuz said, that has to go.
That dating drama, it is disgusting.
That toxic,
It is toxic.
the toxicity
Hmm.
of relationships that
Hmm.
have been normalized.
Hmm. Hmm.
I've said it 1,000 times. Social
Hmm.
media, what you see on the internet, all the violence in relationships, the vulgarity, just it's just beating each other down. That's not normal relationships.
Hmm.
Do not let the world convince you that if you don't cuss out your husband or your boyfriend and talk down to them and you just disrespect each other, that it's just normal. It's just
Yeah,
relationship stuff.
that's not
And
normal.
what they say, everybody argues and fusses in relationships.
Yeah, we got to get that out. We got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. What patterns did you grow up seeing that you later realized were unhealthy? What patterns did you grow up seeing, being a part of, and you realized when you got old it was unhealthy? I can tell you there was some things I saw when I was young. I didn't have to get old that I knew was unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, man, I was like, you know what? I will not put a kid through what I went through.
Mm.
I'm not doing it. I'm not having no kid out there who
Mm.
does not have my name, who does not have me very active in his life in terms
Mm.
of mentorship, coaching, and being there daily. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it. That stuff, I almost cussed just now. That stuff is painful, right? And I was like, I'm not putting no child through that. And I saw that at an early age. I'm talking about when I was 4 or 5 years old. I was like,
Mm.
nope, nope, not doing it.
That's amazing. You can remember that.
Not doing it.
Cheryl said a baby mama and the daddy arguing about baby tennis shoes. The baby can't even walk.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just it's just simple
That's
stuff. They want to put the
ridiculous.
chains around the kids. The next they want to pierce the boys' ears.
Hmm.
You know,
I see that a
have
lot
their little
in these.
pants sagging with the diaper still on.
I see this in these elementary schools. These kids with chains
Yeah,
on and earrings and all of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, what patterns did you grow up seeing that you later realized were unhealthy?
And it's amazing that question. I'm recalling my childhood, and I can't even think of a negative pattern as a child. You know, I can't think of anything. We were taught, go to school Monday through Friday, come home, take our school clothes off, get in our
Hmm.
little regular clothes. We could go outside and play, be
Hmm.
back inside for a certain time on weekends. But on Saturday mornings, we definitely got up and we cleaned as kids.
Hmm.
And once we finished cleaning up whatever we had to do on a Saturday, then we were able to go out. I saw some favoritism, of course.
Hmm.
You know,
Let's
as a
see.
child, you see it and you remember it. Saw a few things
Hmm.
that seemed normal to other people, and as a child, I knew that
Hmm.
that it wasn't not nothing super major or anything, but you just notice certain things. Yeah.
You have any other notes? I see Dr. K said that's because they have different intentions.
Hmm.
It's all about your intentions in the relationship. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Next question. How do we balance compassion with accountability?
Hmm.
How do you balance compassion and accountability? How do you balance that? I
Hmm.
can tell you one of the ways you can balance it is you don't have to fight every single battle.
Yes, 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 yes.
Some things is gonna have to be like water off a duck's back.
You hear it, and you
Some
don't have to
things,
respond to
some things.
everything.
Yes, you don't have
You
to hear
can't have to
everything.
jump and
You
some
don't have to respond
exactly.
to
Yes, yes.
everything.
You
You don't have
don't
to
have to
hear
hear
it,
it,
and you
and you
don't have
don't
to
have to
respond
respond
to
to
it.
it.
That's one thing.
Sometimes I just find myself shaking my head, and I'll just walk away. Because
That's
like
one
Dr.
thing.
Chan just said, again, I don't want it to affect my energy.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
gotta protect my peace.
yeah. So that's one way you can
Hmm.
balance compassion with accountability. You don't have to jump on everything. All right. Maybe you should take some time and figure out how to approach something, how to address
Hmm.
something, how
Hmm.
to share something,
Hmm.
as opposed to going in right then and there with those raw feelings, those raw emotions. That's a
Yeah.
level of compassion and
Yeah.
accountability, right?
And just listening.
Yeah, because you're gonna go in
Listening.
and say some things that you're gonna regret.
Yeah.
So you need a cooling off period, right?
Yeah. And I think like most people say, well, if it was me,
Hmm.
no one asked. You
Yeah,
sometimes you just want people to listen.
yeah.
Well, let me tell you what I would do if it was me. No,
Hmm.
that's not the feedback that I was looking for, or the other people, whomever. Just listen. and not respond all the time.
Yeah. But make sure when you're talking to someone, you preface it like that. Okay.
Yeah,
Let them know.
yeah,
I'm sharing this with you because I just need somebody to listen
yeah.
at this
Because
point.
it's before you could complete a
At this
sentence,
point.
they're like, "Oh, let me tell you what I would do." Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you crazy? If I was you, I would have done, whatever, whatever." So,
And hey, when I was pastoring, I taught our church there's three primary reasons why people separate and or divorce. Number one is finances, the lack thereof, the mismanagement thereof. Two is family interference.
yeah,
Somebody talking to somebody in the family, giving bad advice. And number three, lack of communication, bad
yeah,
communication, no communication. Those are the top three reasons why people separate and or divorce.
yeah,
Let me see, Dr. K. You can generally be compassionate about a decision you make that may not be favorable to everyone and still be accountable about making that decision. Both can be true at the same time. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And Cheryl, she said that she goes to God
Hmm.
for guidance, and
Hmm.
ask should she even get involved or not.
Hmm.
You know,
And what did
before
God
we
say?
open up and say something, maybe we should consider going to God first.
Hmm. Yeah.
Silence speaks louder than words. I know that's right,
God say
cuz.
silence speaks louder than words. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. It does. It
Mm-hmm.
it really, really, really does. And our facial expressions,
Mm-hmm.
our facial expressions. Sometimes our facial expressions, our body language,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to say a word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like I'm looking at the camera right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So the
Yeah.
next question: what does healing look like in families and communities? What
Communication.
does healing look like in families and communities?
Giving everyone a chance to actually speak
Mm-hmm.
and agree to
Mm-hmm. Or
disagree.
okay, I was just about to say that. Yep.
Yeah. Agree to disagree because everybody wants to be right.
Okay,
Agree to
Dr. K. This was
disagree.
a great interactive conversation. I totally enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Yeah, and Dr. K, we want to join on your podcast tomorrow. Normally, I'm not able to join because it's around 3:30, but tomorrow it's at 6:30. So if you could put that in the chat for us, put the link uh, to your YouTube page um, so folks can join tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to being able to join with you tomorrow night on
And
your
that
podcast. Hmm?
no judgment. A lot of people get really defensive and they use don't judge me, don't
Hmm.
judge me. Nobody's not trying to judge you. What's the scripture in the Bible about? Pick the stick out the eye and
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about that, and I don't want us to go off down a rabbit hole on a tangent, but actually the scripture, people use that all the time.
mm-hmm,
Thou shalt
mm-hmm,
not judge this, that, and the other. But
mm-hmm,
actually, New Testament teaching uh, teaches us that we are here to judge.
mm-hmm,
We
mm-hmm,
are
mm-hmm.
called to judge. Of course, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole
Now,
nother
me
day.
personally, I don't mind.
Hmm.
I will never say don't judge me because if I'm out here acting a fool, please pull me in, rein me in, and put me to the side and say, "What are you doing? Don't have me judge me." So I can because I want that to be a learning experience for me, and I will not get offended. I might like what, and then think about it, like what, you're right. I should not have.
So I want to
You
get
know,
this last question in before we close out because I really didn't expect to be on this long. What patterns must change for the next generation? I want
gee
you to think
whiz.
about that. What patterns? If you have something, please jump in the chat with that to share with everyone.
That's
What
a long
patterns
comment.
must change for the next
Attitudes.
generation? That sense of entitlement, right?
Yeah,
A sense of entitlement. Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, Dr. K, I think
Yeah,
there's a difference in judgment than someone giving you a constructive criticism. I think we need to be clear about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
And don't be
absolutely.
so quick to be offended. Let your guards down.
Mhm.
If you want to be in that place of communicating and forgiving and, you know, being able to say, I was wrong, or, I acknowledge how be in a position and don't harden your heart to think that, I know it all, and, no matter what you say, it doesn't make a difference, and be intentional and, willing to listen.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
And communicate.
there's a text in scripture that I've always lived my life by. It says, "Great peace have they that love thy law,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall by no means be offended." Great peace
Mm-hmm.
have they that love thy law, and they
Mm-hmm.
shall by no means be offended. In other words, those who love the law of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's hard to offend them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to offend them.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, if
Yeah.
you haven't had a chance to go out to our YouTube channel and subscribe, please do so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and
This was good, man.
yeah, yeah, I'm
This
glad
was
you
good.
like
This
it.
was well needed. The one last Tuesday, which should have been Wednesday.
Mhm.
If y'all
Oh
haven't seen it, y'all
yes.
go back. It
Oh
was on a
yes.
Tuesday.
Yes.
We were discombobulated, and it
Yeah.
was great.
I was
It was.
discombobulated.
I know. I didn't even realize it either.
I
I
was
didn't.
discombobulated. Yes, I went live.
Yeah.
I went live last Tuesday thinking it was Wednesday.
And we didn't know until the next morning.
Yeah, so my
So we didn't know.
yeah, my calendar is my clock has been off
But
a
if you
little bit
guys
here
have
the past
time,
several
go
weeks.
back and
Yes.
pull it up. It will bless your soul.
Yes. And like I was saying, if you haven't had a chance to go out to um, the YouTube channel, Meaningful Conversations with Dr. Devin Oden, please go and subscribe, hit that bell, like, share. And remember, just because something is common, something feels normalized, doesn't
Yeah.
mean that it's healthy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just because dysfunction has existed for generations doesn't mean it has to continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awareness is the beginning of healing. So thank you all for
Yeah.
joining us
Thank you,
tonight on Meaningful Conversation,
everyone.
for this meaningful conversation.
Yeah. Don't be
And
so defensive.
yeah,
Don't be quick to be offended
yeah,
because of your life experiences, right,
yeah.
Cheryl?
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. K.
Yes.
And Dr. K said it's okay. We love you. Thank you. So thank you everyone for
Thank you, guys.
joining
I
us
don't
for
know
this
about y'all, but I
meaningful
really enjoyed this. I needed
conversation.
this.
And until next time, let me see.
Yeah,
Brother
could you?
Easter,
Yeah.
have to get back to putting God first in our communities. That's a
Yeah.
great point. Great point. Yes. Yes. We have to get back to putting Him first.
Mm-hmm.
Rob says thicker skin, humility, gratitude, and God. Yes.
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 So
We
once
need it
again,
all. We all need it
yeah.
all.
So once again, thank you for this meaningful conversation, being a part of it. Until next time, as we close out, stay focused, stay faithful, and keep becoming who you are called to be. All right. Love you all. Have a good night, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Okay.
Good night.
Take
Not
care.
Tuesday, but Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Good night, y'all. This one was good too.